What's up, everybody? So there's a new documentary that came out just over a week and a couple days ago on A&E. It debuted on January the 8th and January the 9th, 2022, and it is about BTK. Now, if you're unfamiliar with the BTK Killer, his name was Dennis Radar, and he brutally took the lives of 10 people between 1974 and 1991. The documentary is by Dick Wolf, and the full title is BTK Confession of a Serial Killer. In it, he talks about his killings and his motivation for committing the crimes. In the documentary, he calls himself a monster, but also refers to himself as a good person who did bad things. He was also heavily involved in his church, and he pled guilty in 2005 to those 10 murders. Now, this part of the story comes from TMZ.com and is linked in the description below, so you can go have a view for yourself. Now, the psychologist in the documentary is Dr. Catherine Ramslad. She spent 10 years interacting with Dennis Radar. She states that his story doesn't line up with the public perception of serial killers. Dennis challenges the idea we have about serial killers. He was a family man, he was a churchgoer, even a president of his church congregation. He had a full-time job, he was part of his community, so we have to be careful about some of the stereotypes we form about these kind of offenders. I mean, he got away with these crimes from 1974 to 1991. That's just somebody that's very good at hiding. That's somebody that's very good at hiding who they are. It does not mean he doesn't fit the mold of everything. It just means he's very good at disguising it, in my opinion. The article ends with, he will talk about a monster in his brain. It's his Factor X, like Dexter's Dark Passenger, which is a way to distance himself from criminal responsibility. He thinks for the most part he's not a monster. Let me tell you something. You're a monster. He certainly was in those instances when he selected a victim and carried out his crimes, but overall he doesn't think of himself that way. See, that's not normal. Look at the things you did. That documentary aired on A&E January 8th and January 9th, 2022. I'm sure there's going to be some replays of it. If they have an on-demand service, which I'm pretty sure that they do, it's probably on there, so definitely check it out if you can. I was unaware that this documentary was coming out. I'm definitely going to have a look for it. I've watched a lot on the BTK case over the years. It's definitely one of the cases I want to cover at some point in time on the channel. Very interesting of how somebody, like the documentary talks about, how he was a family man, a churchgoer, a church leader, that was also doing these horrific things. Just terrible. But yeah, A&E, BTK, Confession of a Serial Killer. Check it out. If you've watched it, let me know how it is. Hope you're all having a good day. I'll see you again soon.